It was the beautiful days when I came back from the war in 1946. And it was nothing to walk down 2nd Avenue and meet Thurgood Marshall and Jackie Robinson and Joe Louis, who loved this area and trained there all the time. We had celebrities in the area who had the same prejudice and discrimination that others had.
People in Overtown, you know, you got up on Sunday morning and you might just see, you know, Nat King Cole going to a place for breakfast, and just everybody just easily mingling with people who were just, you know, well-known celebrities.
2nd Avenue was called like Little Broadway. That's what some people called it, because if you walk down 2nd Avenue, you could see some of the celebrities. I lived next door to Ella Montker, who was a beautician, and she used to do Sarah Vaughan's hair. And I would be happy to see Sarah Vaughan next door to my house, and Ella Fitzgerald. And some of the other people who were here to entertain on Miami Beach would come over to her house.
It was not an uncommon thing for celebrities to just mingle with folk here. There were people who did perform on Miami Beach at those hotels, but could not stay in them.
Common people of the community could see them and be a part of their being and could enjoy their company.
All the names that were important, Louis Armstrong, for instance, Count Basie, and an interesting note is that the white musicians would go back there. One was Don Petrine, who played the saxophone, the clarinet, and the flute. He performed at with a Latin jazz group, Chuy Reyes, and they performed over in Surfside. And when they would finish their gig, they would go back to the Hampton House to see who might be there that they could play with.
Some of the local musicians also played there. And some of the musicians today were young people, teenagers, who would slip into the Hampton House because they weren't really supposed to be there. But they saw these musicians playing there, and they were inspired by them. People like John McMinn and Elvis Pascal, and some of those young men today who were teenagers back in that day were inspired by the outstanding musicians who played at the Hampton House.